Jake here for ExtremeTerrain, and today I'm taking a look at the Flowmaster Outlaw Cat-Back Exhaust with the black tips, fitting 2021 and newer Broncos, excluding the Raptor. If you want to extract some raucous noise out of your Bronco, then look no further than Flowmaster's Outlaw Series exhaust. This combines the loud and aggressive exhaust note with some cool features and a package that is going to make an awesome statement, bring some real personality to your Bronco. This is one of Flowmaster's loudest exhausts, and accordingly, it gets a 4 out of 5 on our loudness meter. There isn't much subtle about this one, but if you're looking to bring the noise, then Flowmaster has got you covered here. The Outlaw Series exhaust from Flowmaster brings a good bit of volume with a nice deep tone to it. And whether you've got the 2.3 or the 2.7 under your Bronco's hood, it's gonna make the engine sound pretty darn cool. And that is due to this little muffler right here. Now, like I mentioned earlier, this is the Outlaw Series muffler, and it's pretty close to being straight through, though not quite. You do have some baffles inside along with their Delta Flow technology, though it's not gonna be nearly as much some of the quieter mufflers. As you can hear, it's got quite a bit of resonance to it. Now, while it may not have much insulation in here or really much of anything, there are a couple of baffles again and some of the Delta Flow technology here to keep volume and drone in check. But if you want noise, this one's got you covered. Now, of course, with a volume increase on the outside comes a subsequent increase in volume on the inside of your vehicle as well. Now, this isn't gonna totally blow out your eardrums though. You'll still be able to enjoy some tunes and carry on a conversation. Just prepare yourself for a noticeable increase in cabin volume. Now, back, you get some pretty cool tips as well. Dual tips, as you can see, these are 4 inches in diameter. So pretty visible and clearly much more so than your factory exhaust. And the black finish on them makes for a cool look to go along with the sound. Now, these do keep things pretty tight to the back of the bumper, so if you're doing some more intense off-roading with your Bronco, having this on here isn't going to ruin your departure angle or your overall clearance. Construction-wise, you're getting 3-inch mandrel bent 409 stainless steel tubing, so you get that smooth flow here since there are no weird creases or bends in any parts of the metal. And the material itself is going to provide you some good resistance to rust and corrosion as well. The back section, the axle back section here, as you can see, is finished in a black high temp coating. And of course, you've got the black tips on the edge too. Now, the tips are 304 stainless and they are rolled on the end. They've even got the Flowmaster logo debossed on the top there. This finish here on the axle back section is also going to provide a little bit more resistance to rust and corrosion than just bare piping would. But again, overall, pretty solid construction, pretty good setup here, and it's going to be fit the price as well. Speaking of which, pricing comes in for this system right around $800, and that puts it right in the middle of the category. Now, while you aren't getting all the fancy features or T304 stainless throughout the system, this still provides you with solid construction, some nice features, and that awesome Flowmaster sound. So for a build that's maybe a bit more focused on maintaining a budget, this is going to be an excellent choice that's still going to get you the look and sound that you're after. Installation will come in at a 2 out of 3 on our difficulty meter and should take you about 2 hours to complete. This is a bolt-on system that's going to utilize all your factory exhaust hanger locations. There's no need for any type of permanent modification to your car or the system itself. Plus, all the hardware you need, including new clamps, is included in the box. Now, exhausts tend to get a bit tricky when you're installing them just because most of us don't have access to a lift at home, but the job itself is very much one that can be done at home by a DIYer. And to show you what that process looks like now, let's head out to the install bay and we'll walk you through it.
For this install, you need a 3/8 impact and ratchet, 3/8 extension, a 15 swivel, 15, 14, 13, 10, and 6mm Allen socket, an exhaust hanger tool, a flexible magnet, and also not shown be a lift and pull jacks. All right, today we're going to be installing an exhaust on our Bronco. First, we're going to watch a quick video how to install a stock system, then we're going to come back here to install the new one.
So to remove the axle back portion of our exhaust, we have a clamp with a 15mm nut on it that we'll have to loosen up, as well as a couple hangers that we'll have to remove. So we can take a 15mm socket to loosen up our nut on our clamp. Next, we can pop our hanger out of our isolator using a pair of exhaust hanger removers. And now we can do the same thing on the other side for our other isolator. So now once we have all of our hangers removed, we can pull back on our muffler to remove it. Now once we have the axle back portion of our exhaust removed, we can come up to our flange. We have two 15mm nuts that we need to remove, and then two 10mm bolts that hold our hanger. So now we can take a 15mm socket to remove our two nuts. Next, we can grab a 10mm socket for our two bolts holding in our hanger. Now lastly, we can remove our hanger that's right above the axle. So we'll get a hanger remover tool, pop that out. And now we can slide our pipe off of our flange up front and remove our exhaust pipe.
All right, first thing we need to do is we just need to take this hanger off of the factory exhaust. So we're just gonna grab our exhaust hanger tool and pop it off. All right, now we have it off, we can install it on our new system. All right, now we just have to install our factory mount onto our front pipe with our flange here. So we're gonna have our mount, the bolt with the Allen head will go through it, like so. On the back side, your lock washer, then it's gonna thread onto this stud here. Get started by hand, and we'll take our ratchet and 6mm Allen socket and tighten that down. All right, now we just need to install a couple mounts into our back of our frame here. One on the passenger side will go over the factory mount, the other one will mount to the frame. All right, we're gonna start on the passenger side here. First, we're gonna take our isolator off with our exhaust hanger tool. All right, now that's out of the way, we're gonna get our hanger. So on the passenger side, it's going to go like so. Make sure it's angled like that. Then we have our two supplied locking nuts. We're gonna thread over the studs. We're gonna grab our ratchet and 13mm socket and tighten them down. All right, now on the driver's side, our hanger is a little different. It's gonna mount like so on the frame. We just have to put a couple of bolts on the inside of the frame sticking out. So I'm gonna grab a magnet, put our bolt on, feed it through, like so. Do the same thing for that one. All right, so we have to put our bolts to the back side here and here. So we're gonna get our bolt and our flat washer. We're gonna get a magnet, one that we can bend here. We're gonna feed it up through this hole here and get it into that slot. Just like that. Do the same thing for the other one. Just like that. All right, then we're gonna get our hanger over our studs very gently. Don't let them fall back in. Here we can get our lock washer and nut. I'm probably blocking everything with my hands. Let me just get this threaded on so it doesn't fall. You'll be able to see. Same thing here. All right, then we're going to go ratchet with our 14mm socket. Tighten them down. All right, now we're just going to take this hanger off of the driver's side that's not going to be used anymore. So we're going to grab our impact, 10mm socket, and take them off. All right, now we can get our front section in. We have our mount already, our pin that's gonna line up our frame here, and then our studs will go over our flange. Now we're gonna set our flange over our studs, put our mount in place. I do have a pole jack here because it doesn't really support any weight with that flex pipe. but we're gonna thread our mount bolts back in. And then we can put our nuts back over our factory studs. All right, so we're gonna grab our impact and 10mm socket and tighten down our flange. All right, now I'm gonna grab my impact, extension, and 15mm swivel socket and tighten down our flange. All right, next we're gonna put our over the axle pipe on. We're gonna put our clamp over first. Feed this up over the axle and into our front pipe. All right, and then we can put it in our hanger here. And then next we can put on our mufflers. All right, now we're just gonna take our supplied isolators and slide them over the mounts we installed in the back. All right, we're gonna get our clamp over so we can get our muffler section on. I'm gonna raise up in place and slide it into the pipe first. And then slide it over our isolators. If you need to, you can pop this one off. Put it on the exhaust first, make it a little bit easier. All right, and then just pull this back, slide over the hanger that we put onto the truck. All right, now we're gonna go back and tighten our two 3-inch clamps. So we're gonna grab our impact and 15mm socket. All right, and then we just have our clamp at our muffler section.
That's going to wrap it up here for our review and install of the Flowmaster Outlaw Cat-Back Exhaust with black tips, fitting 2021 and newer Broncos, excluding the Raptor. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, for all things Bronco, be sure to keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.